From New York City to a global audience, Radio Nova News.
Radio Nova News with Sean McCarthy. And we're thrilled now to be recommending your good attendance at an art show with a difference, taking place in the beautiful town of OCEANVILLE, New Jersey, at the renowned NOYES Art Museum, 733 Lily Lake Road in OCEANVILLE, New Jersey, beginning June 3rd and running all the way through the entire summer months to September the 4th, 2011. So here's a summer activity for you and something interesting to do with your time over the summertime. Indeed, the art exhibit GLEANINGS features 9 artists: Dreyer, Drinkard, Fink, Garrido, Langill, Malarcher, Nobler, Savona and Stern, with various works on exhibit, together with a collective work of art that all 9 of these artists have created. It is a redepiction of the famous oil painting The GLEANERS, or Des GLEANINGS au Français, by French artist Jean-François Millet, whose original work hangs in the Orsay Museum in Paris, France. And we're delighted to be speaking with another France, the American artist France Garrido, who is involved in this art show, and we're very excited to have her on the phone here. How are you, France?
I'm great today, Sean. How are you?
I'm fine, France. Now, the show you are a part of, GLEANINGS, at the NOYES Art Museum in OCEANVILLE, New Jersey, France, sees you team up with 8 other artists, all unique like yourself, and you've all recreated an equal yet individual portion of the famous oil painting The GLEANERS by Jean-François Millet, which was completed by Millet in 1857. And here we are 154 years later in OCEANVILLE, New Jersey, returning to the great work itself through the perspective of 9 American artists. Talk me through the task you all, as artists, set yourselves here, France.
Well, we chose this wonderful painting by Millet, and it just so worked out that we could divide the painting into 9 sections. So we each randomly selected a section of it and sort of lined it up as much as we could with some markings and executed it each in our own style.
Now, how did you all originally come together as 9 artists to embark on this work of art, France?
Well, these 9 artists are part of a critique group called The Matrix. And it was started more than 3 years ago. I was not an original member, but came on about 3 years ago. 2 to 3 years ago, and we meet about every 6 weeks for critique, and we each bring works that are in progress or sometimes completed works, and we each have, depending on who has works that week, usually all of us show work, and we each give feedback that's helpful for the artist who may be having stumbling blocks within the piece, has options, or has technical issues, or just general things like composition and style and execution, which enables each artist to hopefully make their piece much more than it is at the moment.
Now, getting back to the painting itself, The GLEANERS depicts 3 peasant women gleaning a field of stray grains of wheat after the harvest. The painting is famous for featuring, in a sympathetic way, what were then the lowest ranks of rural society, and indeed the painting was received poorly by the French upper classes at the time. Tell me, France, what expectations, if any, do you have of the public's response to your collective work and your redepiction of The GLEANERS?
Well, I don't know if we had strong intentions about what this could bring to us or for us, but I can say this, that everyone that I've shown this postcard for this exhibition has been enthralled and excited over taking an original masterpiece and doing it in another style that pays tribute to the artist, the original artist, as well as the artists that are working. And it also shows for the future that artists can work cooperatively, And I think that in the future we will see more of that. People working on whether it's installations or even just like this, taking an existing piece and reconfiguring it so that it's still recognizable and paying tribute, but still in the style and intention of the living artists.
Well, it's fascinating altogether, France, as are you as an artist, because not only do you work in paint, but you also work in mixed media. And your contribution to the redepiction of the Gleaners is just that, mixed media. What materials did you use, France, for your section of the piece?
My piece has handmade papers, chain, fabric, some beads, and the hand is a plastic hand that I took from something else, which I reconfigured to work for that piece. And it's three-dimensional. The sleeve of the arm is molded so that it creates an actual sleeve, so that it pops out off of the piece. So those are the materials used for my section anyway. The other artists have used anything from paint to tea stains to embedding objects into fabric and so on, prints, that sort of thing. They've all used mixed media in some way. One of the artists, which is above mine, has also a little sculptural aspects to it, and the one to the right, the other figure, has pieces. That piece is Diane Savona, and she has embedded objects and then sewn over them. It's really fascinating. There's a lot of the whole piece is very textural.
Now, on your own website, France, which is www.francegarrido.com, there it is, you can see it there, you describe yourself as an artist seeking to touch, deep within the viewer's spirit, a truth or essence. To awaken, nudge, shift the unconscious. It's all about seduction into another world, a world of vision and dream. Do you think, France, given the way young people are being educated these days with Facebook and Twitter in their lives and computer games all over the place and little appreciation for the arts evident at all really in their lives, do you think young people are even aware of art anymore as a force and source of nourishment for the mind and the spirit?
Well, Sean, that's a very interesting question and topic that we could probably go on for some length to speak to. I think that young people are lost. Not all of them, but I think that society in general have given up their spiritual connections. And so we are looking for satisfaction and inspiration from material objects. And so that included in that is art. Now, I've been in many very expensive homes, young people that have bought homes and condos, and they have no art on their walls. Their focus and attention is on gathering the most wonderful living space, which is great, but it doesn't appear or feel to me like an oasis. Your home is your oasis. So, and included in that is having artworks around. So I think some things will have to tumble till we reconnect with what really is important to us as human beings. And spirit and inspiration and compassion are key.
Well, we are all very excited to join you, France, and all the artists involved in Gleanings at the NOYES Art Museum in the beautiful town of Oceanville, New Jersey. And thank you for taking the time to come chat with us here today, France.
Well, thank you so much, John. I really appreciate it.
And do include a visit to the NOYES Arts Museum in delightful Oceanville, New Jersey, to see Gleanings yourself this summer. The exhibit runs all the way through to September the 4th, 2011, and you can visit www.noyesmuseum.org for more information. Telephone 609-652-8848. for more information on hours of opening and exhibit times. Now, isn't that a wonderful suggestion for you, for your summer enjoyment? And don't forget to bring in the entire family, your kids as well. Sure, they'll enjoy the artwork. And sure, isn't it great for the young people to be able to appreciate art, especially American art? Right.
From New York City to a global audience, Radio Nova News.